Hello everyone, this video is a little different than the what ifs I usually do. Instead of trying to change something in the Dragon Ball timeline, this is basically my own story in Dragon Ball. Basically, if I were to write my own arc in Dragon Ball, this would kind of be an example of something I would do. This is largely inspired by Geek for Fun's Dragon Ball Norse Stories, which is a similar video series in concept, and actually I got a lot of help from them while writing this. Anyways, I hope you enjoy.
Last time on Dragon Ball Super, some time has passed since the Tournament of Power nearly ended the Dragon Team. With Earth finally at peace, the various heroes have returned to their normal life. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, they have all celebrated and enjoyed life as the strongest warriors around. Goten and Trunks, the youngest of the Dragon Team, look up to them with great pride. We now find the two boys at Android 17's island enjoying their time along with the animals. In a sense, 17 has taken them under his wing. Goten and Trunks' bond is stronger than ever, but on this fateful day, the same link will be challenged like never before. Their greatest challenge begins now. Battle of the Self, Super Android 17, Part 1.
Our story begins not with Goten and Trunks, but a character we have not seen in a long time. The doors of the dark cave burst open, and in enters an old man. He steps close to a huge computer in the middle of the cave. From his fingers spring out cables that connect directly to the computer. The screen of the machine lights up the whole room, revealing the man, none other than Dr. Flappe, the co-creator of Android 8 in the Dragon Ball anime. His eyes turn off, only showing blue text of data in his eyes.
Android 5. Dr. Flappe, created to help Dr. Gero. If the creator were to be destroyed, Android 5 was programmed to find an old lab, activate it, and run its final operation. This update was implemented on age 764. Welcome, Android 5. Ready to begin the process?
Dr. Flappe nods, and a bunch of images of various androids flash on screen.
Should we use Cell as a base and begin Cell 2.0?
No. Cell proved a failure. According to our analysis, the strongest android is Android 17. He is one of two androids still living, and sources from our hacking into Capsule Corp show he was the winner of an intergalactic tournament. We shall use 17 as a base in combination with the various other androids. He will have 19 and 20's key stealing, Cell's android-based upgrade system, and more. Due to a lack of resources, he will be required to become one with his original self in order to be fully upgraded. The sum of all the Red Ribbon androids and projects is the last stand of the army. This is the birth of Android Infinite!
Far away, on Monster Island, we find Goten and Trunks in the middle of fishing. Behind them are stacks of giant fish. They are neck and neck in competition.
Oh, you think you can keep up? Well, check this out.
Trunks said as he launched the line out towards the silhouette in the center of the pond.
I can do that too, Trunks!
Goten chuckled, doing as Trunks did. Sitting back on a chair, Android 17 watched silently and sighs.
These kids.
While laughing, both of the kids' fishing lines get tangled up because of one fish biting onto both and spinning in circles. Since they weren't paying attention, the kids are dragged onto the water until they let go of the rods. Both of them emerge and instantly begin to yell at each other.
You got in my way, Goten. Why do you always do that? I totally had it.
I was just trying to catch it like you did before!
Android 17 had heard enough, and he rose from his chair and pulled both of the kids out of the water by their ears, and throwing them back onto the beach.
Trunks, quit belittling Goten. Both of you have a lot to work on. Goten, all you do is follow Trunks around and do as he does. And Trunks, I can see past your confidence. You're always nervous. No wonder you two weren't allowed in the Tournament of Power. You can't act as your own.
The kids finally settled down for a few seconds before starting to yell at each other and 17 again. The android rolled his eyes before blasting between them. That truly made them be quiet. He began to scold the kids again, ready to send them both home, but his ears perked up, telling the two to duck down behind him. A huge burst of wind shot through the trees in front of them. The android managed to block the attack and protect the kids, but the forest was now divided in two, along with fish and animals scattered across. 17 was angry, and he looked up. He could see someone coming from very far away.
You know, those trees stood for thousands of years. I'm not gonna let you get away with just destroying— What the—
His eyes finally focused on the attacker, and the kids recognized him too. He looked exactly like Android 17, but in his old outfit from when he first woke to fight the Z-Fighters. The real 17 took a step back, nearly knocking the kids down.
I do feel bad for the pretty trees. So you're the one my body is based off of. Honestly, I'm not too impressed. What the hell are you? One of Giroux's projects? Another Cell? Isn't it obvious? I'm you, and our sister, and Cell. Android 8, 20, 13.
The invader smirked, raising his arms out to the sky.
I'm the culmination of every single android that was before me. The last, the best, Android Infinite.
Goten and Trunks looked at each other, cringing at the name. How lame, they thought.
But I could further my power. After all, you have. But I don't have 10 years, so I'll just take yours.
Without any more talk, the real 17 blasted at his duplicate. Infinite lifted up his hand, palm open, absorbing every bit of power put into the ki blast. Electricity surrounded him, and he smirked proudly. Goten and Trunks were confused. What had happened just now? 17 cursed under his breath, and a battle between the two androids began. Surprisingly enough, 17 was having a little bit of trouble. Even while being more powerful, Infinite has so much under his sleeve. Aside from 17's normal moves, he also had the powers of the rest, including Cell. Thus, 17 was surprised to see Frieza's, Piccolo's, Goku's, and even Boo's moves, copied just like Cell could. Goten and Trunks judged every move 17 make as if they could do so much better. The two kids even started to argue at one point. The fight between the androids culminated in 17 spinning Infinite against the tree, and holding him by the collar, ready to beat him down. However, 17 didn't realize that at his core, Infinite had begun to create a red orb of ki. His eyes widened when he saw it, jumping back away from it. However, the ki ball followed him at a great speed.
Surprised, 17? You can't escape my SS Deadly Bomber!
17 turned back, blocking the attack with his android barrier. The explosion knocked back 17 to the ground. When the smoke cleared, 17 saw two fingers pointing at him.
Don't worry, 17. We got this.
That's right.
Fusion!
Ha!
Wait, Gotenks, you can't take him on!
Whatever. Just watch
us.
Hey kids, don't go away. We'll be right back.
The fusion rushed towards the menace, taking no time. Admittedly, Infinite was impressed. He knew of their abilities thanks to the various devices that Giroux's machine had created to spy on Goku. But this was his first time coming face to face with a real fusion. Gotenks boasted about his power. After all, he can't sense the power of the android, so as far as he knew, he was the strongest one around. Without further talk, the two began their battle. Gotenks had great skills, but Infinite could easily read them. It was clear that while the fusion was a success physically, mentally, the kids weren't all there.
Ah, those kids! They aren't in sync within Gotenks himself? I guess I can give him a chance, though.
So you were made to kill our dads, right?
That chance, loser.
The fusion launched itself towards the android, but Infinite stepped forward, grabbing Gotenks by the face and absorbing a good chunk of ki. The only way the kids could get out of it was by transforming into Super Saiyan 3. Gotenks used his galactic donuts on Infinite, who blocked the attack with his android barrier. Gotenks was struggling, and desperately used 3 kamikaze ghosts. Infinite simply lifted his hand up. The ghosts couldn't stop themselves, and they yelled out for help as they were absorbed onto the palm of Infinite's hand. It seemed hopeless for them. He felt his heart pound fast as he rose up to the air, firing a barrage of ki bullets. Gotenks largely missed, but whatever he didn't miss simply gave more power to Infinite. The trees were getting destroyed around 17, and water splashed everywhere. 17 could only focus on saving the deers and other animals from the ki bullets. Gotenks was almost out of energy. Super Saiyan 3 had definitely taken a toll on him. If Infinite could get his hands on him, no doubt he could die. In the confusion, Infinite placed 2 fingers on his forehead, teleporting behind Gotenks. 17 watched this happen. Infinite reached for the back of Gotenks' neck. As the kid turned around, the android rushed as fast as he could to the kids. Right in front of Infinite, Gotenks' eyes widened as a few drops of blood splashed onto his face. Android 17 had been greatly hurt by defending Gotenks. Infinite finally had his chance to absorb 17. 17 knew this well, so he gave his final thoughts to the kids.
Dumb kids. I used to be like you two.
I used to do whatever people told me, but one day, someone took away all my choices, years of my life. Don't waste your time following your parents or even each other. Just be your own person.
A flash of light engulfed the entire area as 17's image melted onto Infinite's. It was like seeing double at first, before a brand new power was born from it. Gotenks was pushed away by the immense power deep into the forest, defusing in the middle of the fall. Not only were the kids tired from the fight, but also drained from their energy. Goten was blacking out, and could only hear a voice from a little bit away.
Yes, yes! The culmination of the Red Ribbon Army's efforts. The strength of the winner of the Tournament of Power. I've only improved on his model. I've created a super Android 17 within myself. There's no limit to my power.
Goten saw a bird fly over him as he blacked out. The bird landed on Infinite's perched hand. He smirked and laughed. The two kids were alone, lost in the forest, and without any power. If only their enemy had a key sense to be felt, then their parents would know they were in trouble. They probably thought they were just playing and got tired. After all, they were with 17. What could ever go wrong? Now it's time for Goten and Trunks to become their own heroes.
Hey, it's me, Goten! Looks like the evil copy of 17 is really giving us a lot of trouble. Without the true 17, how can we stand up against him? We have very little power. We can't get to our dads. I guess it's time to figure things out on our own. Next time on Dragon Ball Super, the True Union of Warriors, Super Android 17, Part 2. Don't miss it!
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this original Dragon Ball story. It was a lot of fun to make, and I can't wait to make part 2. I know there's been a gap in videos lately. I've gone through a lot, and I'm sure you guys have too with how crazy the world is. So I hope you keep supporting me through this time, and that we support each other as a community. I've been thinking about starting my own Discord server. Let me know in the comments if you'd like something like that, where we could chat and, support each other. Anyways, shout out to these guys who answered the Dragon Ball question of the week last time we had a video. This time, the Dragon Ball question of the week is, if you could teach somebody in the Dragon Ball world, one of the kids, one of the adults even, who would you want to teach? I think personally, I would have loved to teach Krillin. He's one of my favorite characters, and I think we could have gotten along. Be sure to leave your answers in the comments below and start a discussion. Anyways, until we meet again. See ya!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Smugstick, unless you want to be destroyed. Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.